Greetings, 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 royal family. Great Value Girlfriends, episode 3, season 2. So it's moving along. It's trying to move along. So I'm back for another recap review. If you haven't seen the episode and you want to see the episode, don't watch this review. If you don't care, keep watching and make sure you hit the like button. All right, so the episode opens up. We're still at Sabrina's place. Remember, episode 2 left off with Danny getting ready to leave. She opens the door. Boom. Zach and Aaron are there. So that's where they pick up. So Danny, she's like, I'm sticking around for this drama. Zach comes in and he wants to talk to Karen about Aaron. So everybody's in the living room and everybody's in everybody's business. So he realizes that Karen is pretty much over him. So Zach gives his dramatic speech. He says, as I'm at your apartment, cleaning up, because he was leaking, cleaning up blood, I realized after this guy walks in that Karen is really over me. So he did bring her clothes. And Zach tells Danny, look, come on, let's go. So I guess he's supposed to be going back to Danny's house. Now, Aaron and Karen, they go off in Sabrina's bedroom to talk. He wants Karen to stay with him at the hotel that he is staying in. She declines. She's playing hard to get. No, I don't know. Aaron said, look, I'm done with my in-laws. Mind you, his ex-wife, were they officially divorced? Whatever. Offed herself in Karen's salon. Then his brother-in-law, Aaron's brother-in-law, tries to off Karen. A whole cluster bleep of mess. So Aaron said, he paid off his mother-in-law. He gave them the house and the custody of his kids. So he just basically gave up his kids just like that. Doesn't want anything to do with them? Huh. And this is who Karen is interested in? Anyway, so he wants to work things out with Karen. So Aaron, he's trying to get, in Karen's cookie jar, if you know what I mean. And he tells her, look, I'm extremely attracted to her. I'm extremely attracted to you. Sorry, I'm reading my notes. Are you attracted to me? So, of course, they're attracted to each other, And Karen tells Aaron, look, you scare me. You know what I mean? Because he got all this drama circulating around him. How do I know that, Michael Myers, who is his brother-in-law, is not going to come back and try to finish me off? So against Karen's better judgment, she ends up basically dealing with Aaron. I'll get to that in a minute. Anyway, Aaron, he's just acting like all of this drama is no big deal, right? He's expecting Karen to just kind of like get over it so he can hold her and be close to her. He's like, come stay with me at the hotel. I just want to hold you tonight, I'm like, girl, you better run. You had an out, Karen. You had an out, but you just had to go back, huh? Aaron, this is when he starts telling Karen, look, I just want to be normal. I want to be able to drink. I want to be able to smoke. I want to be able to make love. So he gives her the key to his hotel and says, look, you can come stay with me if you change your mind. She's like, no. And at this point, Karen still ain't changed her clothes. She still got on her bloody pants. Anyway, so Aaron, he ends up leaving. And Andy and Sabrina are gawking after him. And Andy said something interesting. Andy said, he reminds me of Paris. Remember Paris? The one whose mama was the cleaning lady in last season. And Andy kind of saved her life because she was kind of passed out. And she just swore that Andy's such a good woman. We never saw him again. I hope he stays away because Andy got a lot of baggage. So Andy's just like, I should give him a call. No, you shouldn't. I hope Paris doesn't answer the phone. Anyway, Karen says, she's leaving. She says she's going to her salon to straighten things out. Yeah, and at that point I knew, she's probably going to meet up with Aaron at that hotel. Anyway, we're still at Sabrina's house and the lawyer man shows up to meet with Andy. Now, this is the guy that Fatima asked to help out Andy that works at the law firm. So Andy, she starts to tell the lawyer man, how everything all started. And then we shift gears over to Danny's place. Oh my God, another long and drawn out scene. So Danny and Zach arrive at Danny's place and Rodeo is there. Rodeo cooked a nice meal for Danny. He had flowers. He had nice dinner set up. So Zach, he needs to shower and change for this meeting that he's supposed to be going to, right? So Rodeo said that Danny's landlord let him into her apartment and she felt kind of uncomfortable with that. That seemed kind of weird. I guess he thought that was romantic. So Danny says, they need to slow down. I said, here we go. Rodeo, he gets confused and he says that she has too many rules and she plays too many games. It's true. Like, what, you want this man to obsessively call you, but then when he doesn't obsessively call you, you get mad. It's just cut the cameras. Just cut the cameras. Anyway, we shift gears to see Karen show up at her salon. So she arrives at her salon. She did have on a change of clothes, so she changed her clothes at some point. And it seems like Karen was trying to get herself dolled up. She's like, I need a new hairdo. I need a new wig. Pam, did you get that dress out of the dry cleaners? And I said, yep. She's going to meet up at that hotel with Aaron. I think Aaron is he got a little touch of crazy, but we shall see. So her assistant thinks that she is going to be meeting up with Zach, for a nice date, a night out at the hotel, but little does she know. So Karen, she doesn't tell anyone where she's going, which I think is a bad idea because Aaron seems he seems sneaky. It's something about him and he fell off the wagon. I don't know. But anyway, back to Danny and Rodeo. So Danny, she's basically waiting for Zach to leave her apartment. And she and Rodeo, they're in the living room talking after that nice dinner that they had. So Rodeo doesn't want Danny using the N-word because she referred to Zach as a ninja. So Rodeo felt a little uncomfortable. He said that his parents used it and they also don't know that he is dating Danny. Now, he did say before that his parents wouldn't like Danny, if you know what I mean. And Danny wants Rodeo to tell his parents about her, knowing that they wouldn't approve of their interracial relationship. And I said, why the heck would she want him to tell his parents? Like, how would that benefit you? Oh, Tyler. I don't know. Tyler just needed something to fill the scene in, I guess. Anyway, Zach, he finally comes out the bathroom and he's on his way out. So Andy and the lawyer man, back at Sabrina's place, they're still discussing her issue. He reassures her that, everything is going to be fine. Sabrina comes back into her apartment. Now, this whole time, Sabrina was waiting in the hallway the entire time it's her apartment. She could have went into the room. She said, no, it's okay. I was on the phone with Calvin. Oh, I'm so glad I didn't see him this episode. Now, Andy, she asked Sabrina if Andy referring to herself, is stupid. I said, girl, if you have to ask, then Sabrina's like, no. Then she tells Andy that she's one of the smartest women that she knows. I'm like, what? But then again, she only knows Karen, maybe her boss, and Danny. Anyway, so Andy, she starts crying, saying, why is this happening to me? Again, Andy's the victim in this, right? Tyler, this is what you're going to keep doing, huh? And then, let me take a deep breath. She then says that the world says that this is Andy talking while she's crying. The world says that black women are mean and angry, and I don't want to be any of those things. I'm like, wait, what? Tyler, what the heck are you, what is this? What is this writing? Andy, you slept with someone's husband and continued a relationship with him thinking that he was going to leave his wife. What the heck does this got to do with what the world thinks of black women? Tyler Aloysius Perry. I don't even know if that's your middle name. I just made that up. You tried it. I couldn't believe my ears. I said, yo, this is a mess. So they both start talking about how it's hard being a black woman. Andy says that she wants black men. She just wants black men to get it together. My head is spinning at this point. How did this go from you doing illegal things in the name of love, sleeping with somebody else's man, riding and dying for this man, and this becomes about what the world thinks about black women? You just want black men to do better. You're only dating one guy. Gary is not he does not represent the entire black male population. I do this all the time. Every time I watch this show, I expect some sort of logic to come out of this show, and I set myself up all the time. Sabrina then reminds Andy about this guy in college. This guy in college was brought up last season, okay? So I guess Andy went through something similar when they were all in college, and Sabrina feels that Gary might be telling the truth and feels that when people go through a divorce, things get crazy. She says, working at a bank, I've seen it firsthand. When people get divorced, things just get really, really crazy. Now, Sabrina is really her character is a special kind of simple. Your job is hanging on by a prayer. Sabrina, that is, because you transferred millions of dollars from one account into Andy's account, and it set the feds off. I don't. Andy calls Fatima to try to get a hold of the PI lady. So Sabrina and Andy, they had like a waiting to exhale crying moment. I'm like, this is ridiculous. Tyler really tried it with that whole, the world sees black women as this. That has nothing to do with you sleeping with a married man. Nothing at all. Anyway, so when Andy calls Fatima was on the phone while driving because she's just, anything Andy wants, Fatima is at her beck and call. So she on the phone, and she obviously didn't utilize the hands-free option in her vehicle or on her phone. And she ends up hitting Zach. What a coinky-dink. Zach was riding his bicycle, not his motorcycle, but his bicycle. And Fatima knocked him off the bike. So Fatima gets out to see if Zach is okay. His bike looked like it was damaged. And he ends up walking off into a building. Now, remember, Zach has a wound, right, in his stomach. He gets hit off of a bike and he just walks right into a building for a meeting, huh? Nice job, Tyler. So Fatima, she gets back in her car and then she calls Andy back and she says that, she'll get in touch with the PI lady. So Zach, he shows up to this meeting. Remember, Karen's mom's boyfriend has this construction company that he's a part of. He's an ex-felon as well, just like Zach. And he told Zach about this opportunity. So this is the meeting that Zach is showing up for at night. Anyway, so Fatima, she enters the same meeting where Zach is attending. So Fatima works there, I guess. In what capacity, that wasn't explained. I guess we'll find out later on. So she takes forever to basically tell Zach what he is actually signed up for. There's a bunch of back and forth with them. So finally the meeting starts. So basically Zach, he has to put in 80 hours a week building up and repairing these homes. And once the house sells, Zach and every other ex-felon, that's a part of this group will receive $100K. Hopefully this is not a scam. So Fatima, she works with the company and it seems like she'll be the one signing Zach up or signing the people up. So Zach basically has to find a way to work his full-time job and also put in 80 hours a week of free labor because he's not getting paid. It's sweat equity, basically, is what he's putting in. And he will get paid once these houses that are built up and repaired and ready to be sold, once they sell, his cut will be $100,000. All right. So Zach is leaving the meeting and Pam, who is Karen's assistant at the salon, calls Zach asking him if he needs money. Now let's pause. How realistic is this? You call your boss's boyfriend to ask him if he needs money because you think that he's taking your boss out on a date? That didn't make any sense. Anyway, at first, Zach didn't even know who Pam was. He's like, who is this? Anyway, Pam says that she knows that he's taking Karen out to a hotel for the night. Now, he's not, but Zach is playing along. So Fatima, she ends up walking outside and she's kind of ear hustling. And after Zach gets off the phone, Fatima's like, hey, I feel bad, for hitting you basically with my car. So do you want me to give you a ride home? Of course, he declines, acts like he's all prideful. At first he declines and then he takes her up on the offer. Now he asks her to drop him off at a hotel. So I said, here we go. He about to bust up Karen's moves, honey. So we shift gears to see Karen. She showed up at the hotel where Aaron is. Now Karen is all dolled up, new hair, new wig, new cut, new color, new do, nice dress. And Aaron is there with his abs and chest exposed. And he said that he had some wine because Karen asked him, have you been drinking? So he's a recovering alcoholic. So him drinking wine is not a good thing. So he pushes up and they pretty much start kissing, right? So that's where the episode ends. Now I'm sure next week, Zach will show up to their room, being that Pam mentioned the room number to Zach. I just feel like how many times is Zach going to fuss and complain about Karen dealing with Aaron? Like it was old last season. She's moving on. So you're going to go to the hotel and do what? Oh, I caught you. Y'all not together. That's where the episode ends, y'all. I hope Gary's in next week's episode because I really and truly missed him. I know that sounds crazy, but that plot is the only interesting one. So we shall see. Is Zach going to mess with Fatima? Is Gary's innocence going to be proven? Will Andy stop sleeping around with people? Tune in next week for episode 4 of Great Values Girlfriends. No, but that's it, Royal Family. So drop down in the comments if you saw the episode. Let me know what you think. Like the video if you liked it. Check out the other content and the other reviews on the channel. I'm signing off because that's all I got. I ain't got no more. Thanks for listening. Until next time, folks. Peace.